looks like I was expecting to have a live report from Emergency Ward 10, but look at that. It's
No, we're in outpatients now, Dave.
well
Big
out,
relief.
well out. Did
Yeah,
you?
just got home today.
Well done, Macca. Honestly,
Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah.
it's great.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
you've been to the opticians. Is that where you've been? I love those glasses.
Oh, it's just the first pair I could grab, mate.
Boner bins, dear.
The boner bins.
Yeah.
Great. Oh well,
How's everybody? What's wrong with you?
That.
What's wrong with you, Martin?
Oh no, I was just telling Dave I've got to go to the doctors tomorrow. I've got a problem with one of my kidneys. I've got so I haven't had a drink for a week. I'm on iced tea at the moment. Yeah.
You need some Chianti with some liver. You need some Chianti with some kidneys, dear.
Chianti.
Oh, no, that's liver, isn't it?
Yeah, the liver does recover if you stop drinking, but the kidneys are something totally different.
Well, hello to you, Mr. Fruity, and to
David. Good morning, all.
Director Steve.
Morning, Dave.
Good morning, Dave.
Morning.
Steve's in. Dave, Steve's in.
Yeah. Yeah. The FA Cup is in full swing.
Yes. Yeah.
We dispatched Luton overnight.
Yeah.
Now, Martin, we weren't expecting poor Fruity to go and have to make a cup of tea within 30 seconds.
I've got to go and put the chicken in the oven in a minute, though.
Oh.
I bet you will, dear.
I have, dear. Don't worry. I've just lubed him up. He's all ready to go.
Are you going to stuff the chicken first, Dave?
No, not today.
Not today. She's not getting stuffed today.
No, she's just been lubed, dear.
Oh, great.
What's
hey, look at Watsy. Good to see Watsy.
Hello.
Hello, you.
Hey. And you
Watsy.
Thank you. How you going?
Hey, Watsy.
Hey, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. How's the patient?
Yeah, just got out today, mate. Yeah, good.
Got out today?
Yeah.
So, Macca, so what's that? Is that 48 hours from start to finish?
No, I went in on Thursday night. And
oh, did you? Right.
I didn't get to my room till 10 p.m. So I was Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. So back on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Where were you, Mac? Where'd you go?
St. Vincent's Private.
Okay. Good one. Look after you?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
How's the bloating gone, dear?
Not really. A lot of wind's gone, which helps. But shit, the first day, because you're full of wind, because they pump wind into your stomach to operate, and it just stays there until you fart it out, and it's horrible, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got through that.
You can play the last post now. Can't you? You can play the last post now.
I can. But mate, you don't eat for 3 days. They give you bloody jelly. It's just. Anyway, enough of me. It's all right. It's done.
Well, the beauty is we can see you and hear you, and you look.
Yeah.
Which is great stuff. Great news.
Yeah, about 12 kilos lighter.
Well, you leave your wallet in there as well.
So extreme way to lose weight. Anyway,
horrible.
Dave, you're sat in a hole again, mate.
Thank you. I'm not in a flipping hole. I'm here. All right. Macca, I'm just asking now, before any further, are your windows open at the moment?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah. That's all right. Hey, well, love to you all.
At the moment, I got the windscreen wipers on.
Oh, God. Hey, now look, we got another Bobo. It's good to see you back in. You're looking good. Are you at Weatherspoons this morning?
No, I'm at home.
He's at home, yeah.
I just recognised some of the furniture. That was all. So
yeah, I nicked the Weatherspoons. Yeah.
Which home, Bobo? The Valleys.
The Valleys is not bad. I've been here for a few days this week, and then I'm heading off tomorrow to Portsmouth. for a few days. Portsmouth and Southsea. Yeah.
Oh, and then
Who's
do
at
you popular
Portsmouth,
see
Southsea, Bobo?
our anchorman?
Yeah, it's my time to on Monday and Tuesday, Dave.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm heading back Wednesday. But I've got my sidekick with me. My twin brother's flying over tomorrow to Cardiff, and then we're driving. So I'm babysitting him.
Gus, well, that's really good of you. But what's the pull down at Portsmouth?
My niece, she's been going through breast cancer, and she's in between her treatments, and she's decided to go to Bath and Glastonbury, and she's got one little cat. And my sister was going down there to look after it, but she's sick with the flu. So they last minute they asked me to go down. So yeah, it's okay.
Wow.
I was off to London for 2 days.
Right.
But anyway, it's okay. It's fine. Fine. I quite like it around there.
You're like a yo-yo, Bobo. You're incredible.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I'm
Always
just
on the move.
Yeah.
I can't sit still too long. Yeah, too long. Yeah.
So what's happened to your wife? You don't see her anymore.
I'm hoping. I'm just starting the process to get her over in March, hopefully.
Oh wow, huge.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that'd be
not for
great.
good, but for at least 3 to 6 months. So hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed for all that. So
In an article about that, Bobo, and it's going to be quite expensive, isn't it? It's going to cost you a few bucks.
No, it's expensive. It's not cheap. No.
Yeah.
My daughter went through all that because the problem with her is she's got a British passport, but the husband's Australian and the kids are Australian. You tell me about it. It cost her thousands to get 3 of them because there's all sorts of things you got to pay for the NHS, and it's a nightmare. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see what the process.
There's a cheaper way to get in, Bobo. You just need to know how to use oars.
Horse, yeah, that's right. I land up on that beach at Dover in the sand
Sophisticated
dune.
than that, they've got engines, mate. They've got engines these days.
The sand dune, no passport, no nothing.
They're charging Australians now to fly to the UK.
Mackerel will keep the dinghies inflated.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, Martin.
Martin?
Yeah, there was on the news the other night. We're required to pay a fee now to travel to the UK.
Yeah, same as us. Yeah.
The electronic thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only about
How
20
much
bucks
is
or
it?
something, but
How much?
yeah. It's about 20 bucks, about
years.
£10, I think.
Well,
What's
that's
that for?
Well, if
For
you
2 years.
if you're Australian, you've got to apply for an entry visa now to go into the UK, which we never previously had to do.
Yeah.
It's the same in the USA, Martin. Yeah.
But that's exactly what we have to do to come to Aussie, Mark.
Yeah.
A lot of places do that. Wherever you go, they charge that fee. Yeah, electronic, whatever it is called.
Yeah.
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 So if you
Just
come
keep your British passport up to date.
Yeah, I've just renewed it. It cost me, what was it, £93 to renew your British passport. I was lucky. It only took 2 weeks.
Wow,
Very
that's
good.
good.
Yeah.
In that
This time of
respect.
the year, there's not many people applying, you see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you get close to say March, April, May, you might wait a couple of months or 6
God,
months.
if you apply out here for it, it's about $600, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
What?
something like
280.
that.
What's
I've got
that,
to
Steve?
renew my
280, I think it was. I just renewed mine just before I went last time. I think it was 280.
280? Okay.
I think it was. Mac, don't quote me, but I think it was that.
because I've got to renew my Aussie passport. It's expired, so I need to do that. So
why do you need 2, Bobo?
Oh, well, I've always, if I come back to Australia for something or whatever, and then I still haven't done my Irish passport. Let my brother do here.
Like James Bond, he gets in a bag. Which passport shall I use today?
Where am I?
You can get a Filipino passport now, can't you? Because you're married.
We've got a nickname in the Jackal.
Yeah, I probably could. Yeah.
What was the Welsh one?
I get confused which name I use too.
Yeah. Yes.
Everyone used to know me as John Webster at one stage, but he died. John Webster.
And your name was Terry, wasn't it, Bobo?
Oh, yes, Terry Morgan.
Terry Morgan.
Terry. Cut this out of the court recording.
Yeah.
What are you like?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
When I first met Taffy again, he was scared. He didn't know who I was. Taffy was worried I was some criminal on the run.
Well, Taffy's a good judge of character.
Thank you.
Is there any update on Des? How's Des is going?
Callow, I think Callow rang him last night. He was going to get back to me, but he hasn't as yet. But he was in pain because he actually broke a bone, and it wasn't to do with the reason why he couldn't put any weight on his legs is because he had a fracture in the leg or something.
Oh, okay.
So, which is good news because it's not anything more serious. But,
oh, good.
Is he?
I was worried about
Is he still in hospital, Marco?
as far as I know, yes. But he was moved to Limerick Hospital.
I didn't have a chance to go because I had too many dramas.
Hello speaks to him or tries to speak to him, but his niece gave him another phone. So Callow said he's just going to ring the hospital. He rings the hospital and says he's his son. So the hospital actually speak to him.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. Oh, at least he's, yeah, so not life-threatening then.
No, I don't think so. I hope not. Anyway.
I hope not. I had a good time when I was visiting him. He's a marvelous guy. Marvelous, so sharp. His memories, he's not lost.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're not too bad yourself, Bobo. All right, don't knock yourself. All right, you're doing all right.
Yeah, Bobo's not 90 though.
No, that's right.
Sorry. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, it's my fault.
Did you know that the new 70-71 is a 50-year-old? Did you know that?
That'll do me. Yeah. Coming up to 50 then.
Someone said to me, you know what, if you're 70s, around the 70s, it's the new 50, 51. Yeah. So I said, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So Cindy was 50 yesterday, no?
That's right.
Yeah,
of
course.
Yeah.
There you go, John. Yeah.
Did you have
a good birthday,
Johnny?
Well, basically, you know, we stayed. Well, we went out a few times, but nothing really special, you know. But yeah, it was
family
nice.
there, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's good.
I like the picture of that. Did David send it to his mum?
Yes, it's funny how you get some pictures and you forget. So I forgot about that one. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, you say 43 years ago.
It had to be. Yeah.
Yeah, it did have to be. It did.
Daughter that lives in LA, John.
What's that, Steve?
Your daughter that lives in LA?
No. You're right. She used to live in Huntington Beach, but she lives in Seattle now. Yeah.
Okay, so they're not affected by the fires down, basically.
No. I tell you what, you know, I mean, we're all seeing that, and it's just like something out of a science fiction movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Can anybody remember a singer on board the ship's David Gilchrist?
Yeah, I know him well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he lives in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's okay though. I got a message saying he's okay.
It's not over because in Brentwood, that's a pretty fancy place. They're getting ready to evacuate that place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I got a message off Kevin, the printer, the other day. He was good, but he had to go and get his mother out the care home because she'd been told they had to evacuate.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So what about the photographer? He lives near there, doesn't he?
Chris is about 30.
Chris.
I think it's about 30 miles away from the nearest.
Right.
He says he's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
That's near Pasadena, is it?
Yeah, Chris Chapman, Graham Billett. I messaged Graham. He's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unusual, isn't it? For this time of year, it's winter, isn't it, over there?
It's all
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
It's all to do with the winds, Martin. The Santa Ana winds.
Were they
Yeah.
started? Were they actually started, Colonel?
Well, the thing was, they were talking about how what started it was the tremendous amount of rain, and it made everything green and lush, and then all of a sudden there's no rain forever. But yeah, it's a good point, Mac, about what started it. No, they don't know what started it, but
Normally, it's a frustrated fireman or something like that.
they're
You know?
talking about why they didn't turn the electricity off, because once those winds come in, they should turn all the grids. They should turn them off.
And that
Yeah.
and that reservoir has been drained because it's getting repaired or something. So there's no water in the reservoir.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Is that why the hydrants are?
I've been watching a lot of news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Chris was saying that they cut his electricity off.
Yeah.
For days,
So
long time.
Yeah.
it's horrendous what's happening. Whole
Yeah.
neighborhoods just burned out.
Unbelievable.
But you guys down in
Multi-million
Australia,
pound homes.
you get a lot yourselves, don't you?
Yeah, damn right, yeah.
Yeah.
We're used to it here, mate. We're just, part and parcel of living here.
Victoria had had it quite bad, hadn't they? Food fires again this year.
Yeah, Chris Hardman, he's
Not today, they haven't.
he's always keeps us up to date with what's happening down there. But they've had a few scary weeks of it down there the last month.
Yeah, quite often see Chris's posts.
The Australian Open started today. Did you see the news, Martin and Macca, the storms that hit Melbourne Park?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
got smashed.
Unbelievable. They got smashed, absolutely. It's like the
Really?
heavens opened up for about an hour and a half.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was that for the tennis?
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
day of the Australian Open. All the outside courts were all cancelled, all the games were cancelled. Only the three.
Yeah. Climates are definitely changing, that's for sure.
Who said that, Steve?
I said that.
Oh, did you?
I said that, David. It's been -7 up here, mate. Freezing me fucking
Really?
bollocks off.
I'm not having that, Steve.
Do you
No,
not
you're
put the
not having
heating
them-
on?
You don't you dare put them on the crew bar today.
Yeah. Let me just throw them on the table just a minute.
Steve, do you not put the heating on?
Do we not put the we can't afford to put the heating on here.
it's too expensive. We haven't been given our
We've
Oh,
taken
it's
away our
allowed.
fuel allowance.
God.
yes, it's flipping rough and tough over here, you know.
You're just going to have to start opening that handbag.
Well, how fucking lucky we were when we worked away. Missing all these horrible winters.
That's right. Loved it.
No, it's terrible. It's not good, not good. Anyway, now Fruity, you're looking good. You are looking good, and very nice to see you there. Did you get a chance? Because I tried ringing Phil Butcher, but I didn't get a reply. Have you done anything since?
Yeah, I've spoken to him. Yeah, he was all right. Yeah, but must have been someone early part of last week, I think. I can't remember. I don't think I've spoken to him since I've spoke to you.
No.
I've definitely spoken to him in the last week.
Good.
Definitely.
That's all right. There's somebody's trying to escape. It's in behind you, Macca. She's just gone out.
She's probably gone to empty the bucket.
I know. And we thought we had it tough.
Yeah. You're going to empty the bucket.
He sat on one of those donut cushions, Becca.
I'm sitting on a cushion, and I've got a bag.
Has your Carsey got a roof? Has your Carsey got a roof?
Carsey's got a roof. Yeah.
Down the
I got a
garden,
bag.
mate.
I got a bag strapped around my leg too.
I hope you've got the right colour shoes on then to go with it.
Yeah. The curtains match the carpet, Pet. So Watsy, this is the time of year you might go off up the coast, isn't it?
a
Yeah,
break?
we're not. Yeah, we won't go till March, Dave. My daughter just come back from the UK, and she just reached Perth. She's just driven Sydney to Perth in 4 days.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, she's just arrived in Perth, or will be just arriving as we speak. So she left here on
Did she go the
Thursday.
coast road?
Thursday morning and driven across. Yeah, she went across down over to South Australia, Mildura and Ceduna. Yeah, across Nullarbor. Yeah, she was 16 hours driving yesterday.
Amazing. Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking at going to Perth, Dave. To answer your question, we won't go up north until later in the year. We go to Perth this year, or we're going to go to Margaret River and down near Albany and Esperance and down the south of Perth.
Do you drive over to Perth, or will you fly?
I'll fly over, Dave, and get a car when I get over there this time. Yeah. I'd like to do the drive over. It's just coming back, like having to do the same. I'd like the experience of driving over, although it takes 5 days. I'd like the experience of doing it.
Yeah.
But
what about the train?
Got to come back. So
what about the train? Is it the GAN?
I think I'll just fly. I think I'll fly over and
best way to fly.
Yeah, I don't fancy.
Yeah, I did the train once.
3 days on the GAN or something.
Yeah.
Sydney to Perth.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
You did the drive, Dave?
No, I got the train.
Train.
Was
that the
Train
GAN?
Sydney to Perth.
How long
Was that the GAN, Dave?
3 days.
Was that the GAN, Dave?
Well, I don't know what it was called then.
Indian Express on the way.
It was the
back.
Yeah. Indian Pacific. Is it the Indian Pacific
Indian
they call
Pacific
it?
on the way over.
Yeah.
And the GAN on the way back.
Yeah. No, I did it Sydney to Perth. We stopped at Broken Hill. We left Sydney, stopped at Broken Hill the following morning, I think. Then we went to the South Australian border and changed crews. Then we went across the Nullarbor and we stopped somewhere in the evening.
Kalgoorlie?
Kalgoorlie, I think it was.
You would have gone to Kalgoorlie, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And then we were overnight. We got into Perth about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Was
it? Did you have your own berth, cabin berth?
Yeah, it was basically during the day. It was like a big seat. It had a wash basin and a toilet in there, and then in the evening, the steward pulled it down. It was like a bunk, and the showers were in the corridor of the train. Shared showers.
Good.
Is it expensive,
Did you like
Dave?
Did you like it, Dave?
Yeah, it was good. Pete, this is a long time ago when I did it. It must have been in the 80s. And I haven't got a clue what it costs.
Yeah, it's not cheap, Steve. It's not cheap.
Not now.
No.
But I went what they called first class. So you had your own berth and a dining room. All the food was included. All you had to pay for was your booze. And the food was excellent.
It was quite an expensive trip then.
No, it was all right. Actually, there was an Irish lad on there. We used to sit and have a beer together and play crib. And the first night out of Sydney, there was a bunch of school teachers on there, and they got on the piano in the club car. Brilliant. Yeah, a real experience.
Were you one of a few Brits, or were there a lot?
I can't remember now, Dave. It's so long ago.
Right.
So long ago.
My daughter was saying that she stopped in the middle of the Nullarbor, like an overnight stop, and they booked an Airbnb, which was like an old rundown shack type of thing, and they didn't get there till late at night. But when they got there, lights, the automatic light came on as they pulled up and outside, and at the front door, the guy that owned it, one with a thong on the foot, one with a boot on the foot, and one with a trainer on the other one. So there were 3 there. He must have been wearing the 4th one, or maybe he didn't sleep in one. But yeah, because it was late at night. It made me laugh, I tell you.
We stopped at a place called Cook during the day.
Okay.
I can't remember why we stopped there because there was fuck all there.
That's why they stopped there.
That's why I stopped there.
I
They don't have to
there
pay-
was
they
some
don't have
sort
to
of
pay
like,
for a berth.
I don't know whether it was like a little shack type thing because somewhere I had a sticker that I bought which was on my suitcase with Cook on it. Yeah. Can't
Were
remember
you
now.
traveling on your own, or did you go with someone off the ship?
No, I was on my own. I'd been on local leave.
Right.
I think what I did, I must have got off the ship and had a few days in Sydney, and then I did the crossing to Perth, and I stayed in a hotel in Perth for about 2 or 3 days, and then I flew home from there.
Right.
All right.
Our friend's daughter and family came over for Christmas, and the two kids, they're 7 and 5, have never, ever seen snow at all. And we were hoping that we'd get some down here, but I've nearly sent them up to see you, Steve, because at least you'd have had it, because they had a few. We had a bit of a fall. I say a fall. It was more like just a bit of sleet, but they were as excited as you're going to get. It's such a shame that it didn't get a full covering.
And how's Pat, Dave? Is she back on her
Thanks,
feet?
Macca. Yeah, she's definitely getting better. You obviously use one crutch now and again, but not all the time in the house. There is definitely progress moving on. So
Oh, good.
yeah, I'll keep you updated. But yeah, thanks very
And
much.
she's not back on the court yet. Well, it's
No,
winter.
no, literally no, probably not for another few months, if that. See how it goes. She's got some exercise classes starting tomorrow for the next 6 weeks, and then she has started to drive. She started driving 2 days ago, I think. She's
Oh, good.
the times, which is good.
Yeah, I just looked. I think it was 82. I did that trip.
Oh, crikey! So, and you didn't have to have
82.
adults to keep an eye on you in those days, then?
No. Nanny didn't come.
Oh, dear. No. Also, Martin, are you coming over this year, next year?
We're doing a cruise in a few weeks' time. My wife's going on one with my son on the Ovation, and then we're going on one with her a few weeks later in March on the Carnival Splendor.
So where to?
Just from Sydney up to Tangalooma Island and back to Sydney. It's only like a 4 or 5 day thing.
Is that one of your friends, Macca?
Yeah, send me your sweet number, Doris.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I've got it. I've actually just I paid the final what's the name the other day. So yeah, we go on I think a Monday, and we get back on I think a Friday morning.
Yeah, it's a good little trip up there. It's a bit of a yahoo, a lot of bogans on board, but you know where to go.
No people going on there.
Yeah, make sure you have one meal in the 444 dining room.
Okay,
Triple
we
four.
Well,
Is it 555?
Steak restaurant with Bradley, but he's not going now.
Yeah. Well, book it. Just go you and Sue.
Yeah, I booked and paid for it already. Yeah. It's
good.
Lobster
Okay.
and steak night. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
All right. What night are you doing that? Let me know what night you're doing that too.
The second night.
Yeah, just text me everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Colonel,
very good.
Colonel, when will you be going on your sushi tour?
We leave on March 13th.
Wow, it's not long, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's arranging a tour to Hiroshima from Osaka, where we're going to be staying for a
That's
couple
where
of
I
days.
went. Yeah, you'll like Hiroshima. It's interesting, especially the museum.
555.
The museum is very interesting. A bit, Dawn,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
emotional,
Yeah.
but it's very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flipping heck. Oh, how long's
I
that
love,
trip?
I love
Donald?
Japanese people. I think they're very welcoming. You know.
They're
Yeah.
beautiful
We're there
people.
we're on the ship for 25 days, Dave.
Wow.
25
Oh, wow.
days.
Yeah.
Mm.
Crikey. Well, Mackie, you're going to be on the ship for
21 now.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good time. Flipping heck. That's a long one. So,
Yeah.
I'll talk about Japan. You know, obviously, you said that. What's your son called?
Hey,
Pete,
Charlie.
what?
Charlie, Charlie, and Vera. With you, they've just done Japan, haven't they?
Yeah.
Did he? And you met? Did your wife, Vera? Was she impressed with it, or?
She loved it. She loved it. She said it's amazing.
Yeah, I love Japan.
Yeah.
Nice.
She couldn't get over why there's no rubbish anywhere.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you got any rubbish, whether it's your pasty bag or sandwich bags, you take it all home with you.
Well,
Yeah.
you just think, well, that should be the way, shouldn't it? You know.
Yeah. Yeah. They did something in Sydney a few years ago, in North Sydney. The mayor at the time, I forget his name, he got rid of all the rubbish bins off the street. So you couldn't put your rubbish anywhere anyway, even if you wanted to. You had to take it with you.
Yeah, yeah.
And it took a while for it to get through to people, but it worked, you know. Is it still happening now, Martin? I believe so. I don't travel to North Sydney a great deal. But have you been over that way recently, Macca? Is there any?
No, I don't go no Sydney.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they've
Never
got
noticed
bins
that,
here, but
man.
we've got rubbish bins here, but nobody uses them anyway. So
That's right.
they just throw it
I
on the
was shocked
street
when
here.
I came here. I couldn't believe it when I first came here. I thought, my goodness, what's happened to England? Rubbish. Yeah.
It's a shithole, isn't it?
It's sad, isn't it? It's very sad.
Very sad.
England's not England anymore, is it?
It's terrible. You know, I mean, out in the countryside as well, you know, it's just, it's awful, you know.
The amount of fly tipping that's going on nowadays is
None of what?
fly tipping.
What's fly tipping?
Dumping your rubbish, the mattresses or fridges or whatever, dumped off down some lane or something.
Just dump it in the countryside and leave it.
Taking it in the woods and it's shocking.
Terrible. Hello, Taffy.
Hello, Tuffy.
Good
morning, everyone. My hat, Taffy.
You're on the beach somewhere, Taffy. You look at your
holiday. With Miss Jeannie.
He's wheeling in.
Yeah, with Miss Jeannie on the beach and that other lovely girl. I can never remember the names, but Derek always knows their names. He's brilliant.
Talking of names, Pete, who was Trish Wright?
She was a shop girl on the
Arcadia.
Yeah, and she married Tony the plumber. Was he a
Lives
plumber
in Sydney.
Yeah, they live in Sydney.
She lives in over in the Shire.
That's the one
nice girl.
That's the one who always responds to your messages, Ian.
Yeah, I think she watches.
Yeah,
she watches the Crib.
and Tony's a great bloke. Yeah, she's a good couple, nice couple of people. Yeah, it's some good times.
They haven't come on. Yeah.
I asked her about it one time, and she said she loves watching it. It's not really her thing to get involved. Yeah.
Right. Fair enough.
I'm sure there was a lady came on one time a couple of years ago. I forget her name. Sure, she was from Sydney as well. We'd have to go back in the archives to have a look.
There was one from California.
Sue Anders, which is
Sue Sanders Jones.
Yeah.
She used to come on, but I think she used to come on the
English one.
The English
Come
one,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think she might have come on this because Keith came on once, didn't he?
Because
Yeah,
she,
yeah.
cause she lives in Spain, doesn't she?
Yes,
Yeah.
she does. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
And where's Keith Sanders Jones these days?
well, he's in Australia, I think, but he had cancer, and that's why Sue mentioned it
Yeah.
on one of the
Okay.
crew bars.
Mm.
Macca, so pleased to see you sat there.
Oh,
I
thank
thought
you.
were- have you been in the hospital? How did
I got home. I got home today. Yeah.
Well, well done. You're looking bloody spot on, mate.
I feel spot on, but
I know you won't, but you're looking good, and you're upright.
Yeah.
I'm upright. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
trying to walk
That's a
around.
blessing.
Yeah. Trying to tough.
He's
Well
walking
done.
a bit like John Wayne at the moment, but he's
I am.
okay.
What are the instructions, Matt? What's the future weeks or to do? What's happened?
Oh, I'm back in hospital on Wednesday just to get a SIP, what I call it, a cystogram, and then I'll get the bag off hopefully, and then it's just can't work for probably 3 to 4 weeks. So
Okay.
I've got Rick doing a lot of my work at the moment, and I've got a couple of drivers. So I've got holes all through my stomach. So feel a bit like John Wayne, but I've just been shot like John Wayne.
So is that the way they go in through the stomach to do it?
Yeah.
Oh,
See that?
yeah.
So they're
So
all
no-
they're all
so
holes
no
in the
cut-
stomach.
No cuts, Mac, all keyhole.
All keyhole, but there are cuts. There was a blood tube coming out of my right for 3 days. They took it out last night. And I've just got the catheter in now. But yeah, it's just, but it's like you've been hit by a train for a while,
Was it everything they told you it was going to be?
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
The first day is horrible because you can't. You're full of wind, and you can't fart, and so it's just pain. It's pushing and pushing and pushing, and until you relieve yourself, then it gets better, and then they won't let you go home until they won't give you any food until you get rid of your wind, and then they won't give you any solids until you pass, backside bowel movement. And of course, you haven't eaten for 3 days, so you're not going to get a bowel movement. So it's like I just said to her today, give me prune juice, give me anything. I just need to do something.
So you didn't go outside where people were lighting cigarettes then?
Well, everybody says that, it stinks. It doesn't stink because you got no poo in you. So it's just clear fart that's coming out, So it's not but it's, I tell you what though, you've got no pride. I mean, as soon as the nurses come in, you're all open, and they just tubes coming out, and they just cleaning up, and it's just like, fuck it, close your eyes and get on with it. But
they've seen
hopefully guys don't have to go through it. But,
Thank God for the nurses.
Was that one of
we
the
used to pay for that sort of treatment years ago.
I was going to say, was it one of those young Thai boys that was a nurse?
No, I think the matron was called Hattie Jakes.
yeah. Callow kept saying to me, because I said, I needed to pass, get bowel movement. Yeah, and he said, "Oh, you shouldn't have any problem there." And I said, "Well, you should know. You've seen it."
Talking about hospitals, those of you who got HBO, fabulous new show. I don't normally watch all these hospital shows, but Cindy watched. This one's called Pit. It's on HBO. It's on once a week, and it's so
P-I-T-T.
realistic. Yeah, Pit. P-I-T-T. So it's a must watch. Yeah.
Was it live on the wall stuff or?
Oh, no. It's fiction. But the guy who did it, basically, he's the guy who's done a lot of the hospital shows over the years on the telly. But I know what he did. He decided. Do you remember the show 24? Yeah, right.
Yes.
It's the same thing. It's in real time. and it's in an emergency room in Pittsburgh, and it's like they show the whole thing. It's good.
Yeah, Deb watches them all. She loves her sick shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Fit.
they were thinking of doing one over here, but the cameraman would have to wait 50 hours to get in.
Right. It'd all be in the back of an ambulance for 50 hours.
Yeah.
So how long would you have to wait if you had something like I've got, Steve? Months.
You're dead.
Yeah, you're dead. That's right.
Really?
A friend of mine's dad went into hospital the other day and he was on a trolley in an alleyway for 5 days,
Wow.
waiting to find him a bed.
Shit.
Well, my brother,
That's terrible.
this is a good one. He was in because had something happened and he was in hospital for 12 hours and the doctor saw him in a broom cupboard.
Jesus.
Literally a broom cupboard.
Yeah.
God.
It's the system is totally broken over here. Totally broken.
Yeah.
He's not getting into politics, so there's a lot of politics involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how about well, I'm glad to see you there, Ennio Macca. I didn't expect to see you this morning, but you may have discussed it already. But what about that Los Angeles? I mean, I know it well because for the last 30 years I've been going out there on my way to Australia. So instead of going Bahrain, Singapore, I go in
LA. Yeah.
Los Angeles, New Zealand, Sydney. And I usually stop for at least 2 weeks. I get off the plane in Los Angeles, I get a car, and I drive to Santa Monica Beach. And over the last 30 years, I cycled all them hills. And I actually cycled up to Anthony Hopkins' house up in Pacific Palisades.
Yeah.
Mulholland Drive. Well, I always do that every time I go to America. I got to drive Mulholland Drive because it's a real atmospheric going. You sort of go back to the 50s in your head when you're driving it. No 50s America. It's really atmospheric. So
that was where James Dean was killed, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I walked up. I don't know if he was killed up there, but his most famous film was filmed in the observatory, or there's a scene set in the observatory, which is just above Hollywood. And I walked up there on this winding footpath, because it's all footpaths going up into the hills. And I walked up there, and these kids were taking the piss out of me, young kids. And I thought, oh, I'm going to get mugged here or something. They're only young kids. But then one of them said to the instigator, come on, leave him alone or something, and they sort of drifted off. But it was a great, interesting place. And did you know that Griffiths, if it wasn't for the guy, and I've got to tell you, he was Welsh.
Of course he was, yeah.
Griffiths. And he was a complete eccentric, but if it wasn't for him, he bought all that land. You know where you see the Hollywood sign and Griffiths Observatory on the hill above Hollywood? If it wasn't for him buying that, and he set a rule that they couldn't build on it.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for him, that whole hillsides, right from Santa Monica, Pacific Palisades, right to the east, would be covered in houses as well. So
yeah.
But my nephew was living in San Francisco. I'll finish the story now. But I've been in touch with him, and he's been evacuated out with his 2 little dogs. But 2.5 years ago, he moved from San Francisco down to Los Angeles, Pasadena. And he's been renting, I assume he's renting, I'm sure he didn't buy it. It's like a cottage that's in the backyard of one of these houses, big houses. And he was evacuated 3 days ago out of there. And but he's gone back, and he said he's taken in he's helping other people or something. So I don't know what he's doing. But what he's told me, the latest message is, thanks for asking, but I'm safe. I'm keeping safe. So I thought, right, same as our friend Desi. It's no good me trying to bother him anymore. I'll just wait. The fact that he's safe means he's been evacuated out, so he's not in it.
Sure.
Is your cousin the young boy in that picture of you and Bob Hope, Taffy?
Yes, but he grew up, as you'll see in. I don't know if you saw my film Pasadena.
Yeah.
The Home to Pasadena. It was about 3 Taffy Apple productions ago.
Watched it. It was great. Yeah.
And you'll see that he's quite a handsome guy, really. He's a tall, he's in quite a few films, because when he came over here, I took him to where his grandmother was and his mother was born. And then we drove over in the red Taff mobile, we drove over to Paris.
Mm-hmm.
So and he's a good looking kid, but I don't know. I don't get these generations below us. He was working in media. I told you, John, quite a lot, and then he's dropped right out of it. He was doing acting. He was in production, and next thing you know, he's working for a vet, looking after dogs. And I thought, oh well, he must be all right. He's happy. That's the main thing. But not like our generation. We had to make money, didn't we? Every job we did really was to make money.
Yeah.
It had to be because we had to try and make ourselves secure. But this generation now, below again, the next generation, they're just doing whatever. Good luck to them, but it's a different world out there now for sure. Anyhow, enough of my yakking.
Yeah.
But he's safe, that's the main thing. And I've
Yeah.
been looking
With
at
him
it
then.
because I've cycled all them hills, and every time I'm out there, I drive Mulholland Drive, and I think all these multi-million pound houses, it's all gone. It's amazing. I don't know what the reverberations of this are going to be. I don't know what it's going to be.
Have they given a tally as to how many people have lost their lives?
There's about 16 up till now.
616, yeah.
But
Are
it,
they
Only 16 people.
yeah,
Are they insured, or is it an act of God and they don't get insurance? Are they insured?
some are insured, but some have never been able to get insurance. And there's different ways that they've changed the insurance. Like us with flooding, they'll change our insurance. So you may not be covered for everything, But these people are pretty wealthy in anyhow. So it's not like when there's a tsunami out in Manila, 3,000 people get killed. I mean, these people, but the trouble is, it's the reverberations could be massive, because who's controlling the world now? For money, and that's so big. The money that's been lost there, that in that 30 square miles or something, maybe more than that, 50 square miles maybe.
Yeah. But what you'll find is the people that do rebuild there, it'll be like what happened down here, because it's recognised as a disaster zone. The insurance companies will be reluctant to actually allow them to get insurance, and they'll probably price it so high that they won't bother.
Yeah. They take
it's like Lismore area. They were charging people, they could raise their houses off the ground by about 4 or 5 meters, and the government were going to pay for that. But when they went to insure their houses, instead of paying 1,500, $2,000 a year for house and contents, the insurance companies wanted like 30, 40 grand. Yeah. Well, some people didn't have that sort of money. Not many people do.
No, it's the same in Wales here. When I helped with floods there, we helped a business, and he said, this was in Taff's Well, Taffy.
Yes, I know.
And got flooded in 2020, his insurance would be £40,000 a year. And of course, he couldn't do that. Anyway, he got hit again, just before Christmas, and he lost £30,000 worth of stock. As he said, if he paid 40,000 over 4 years, that's £160,000.
Yeah.
But so he's not insured.
Yeah. I'll finish on this because I won't get. But all the years I drove back and forth to Dover from Wales, I used to drive through the what I considered all these posh houses near Bracknell, cutting across towards. And they were all, I used to drive past these big houses with like mansions, and I used to think to myself, yeah, that's full of fucking bankers and insurance brokers, and they've been creaming in money, creaming in millions and millions every year, year after year, but as soon as there's a major, the money starts coming in every year, it's going to stop. It'll go weird. It'll go back onto the poor bastards who've just lost their house or something.
Yeah.
It's just a cruel old world sometimes when we look at it. Enough, and anyhow, I'm getting down in the dumps.
Don't. Talk about with the question.
Let's lighten up a bit. Let's lighten up a bit.
Yeah, lighten it, yeah.
Bobo,
Talking about insurance, has anyone got any recommendations for worldwide travel insurance? No?
All right, next question.
Well, the last time I insured Steve was with Staysure, and they were very good because when I do insure, I insure for the year.
Yeah.
And up until Corona, I used to make sure America and Australia were in because I would do that every other year and anyhow at least, or once a year.
I used to use Insure and Go.
And they were very good.
The only thing, Steve, if you're planning to go away for more than 30 days, you have to have an extra insurance cover. You have to have a second underwriter, which can be quite expensive. Even if it's only 1 day over what the limit is, you have to have it.
And they're cruising as well, Steve, so you know about that.
Yeah.
But my illness is, do you know the strangest thing? The cancer, I got a blood cancer, and I still got blood cancer. And you have to tell them absolutely everything, because if you come unstuck, you're in Sydney and you end up in the hospital, you're knackered. If you haven't told them everything.
Yeah.
You know what they always pick me up on? That I had a major stroke 17 years ago. I was all gimpy and everything. But I got over it after about a 12 months or so. And they go back to that 17 years ago. Because I'm on an aspirin and a perindopril, which is like a hypertension.
Yeah.
And that's what they go back to. They always crook me on that. But I just do Europe now. I got Europe covered in Britain.
Yeah. Well, it's just myself and Karen, they're looking over £1,000 for a year.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
That's cheap. Steve, I think when last time I went to Australia,
a joint policy.
I think last time I went to Australia, mine was over 600.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Or
is it true if you go to Australia, if you register with Medicare or something, is it you get your medical included?
It's reciprocal. It's reciprocal. It's reciprocal.
Yes.
You come to us and get sick, Medicare will look after you. We go, well, not we, but Australians go to the UK, the National Health will look after them.
But you have to register with someone when you get to Australia.
Yeah. When you get to Australia, you register with a hospital board or whatever down there.
Medicare or something? Medicare?
I'm not sure.
Medicare. It's called Medicare.
Medicare.
That entitles you to.
So we all pay a levy to Medicare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve,
you register with them and You can
Yeah,
get
you get
treatment if you
a
need it,
card and
basically.
you go in and show them your card when you go to hospital or doctors or whatever.
Okay, and then that's charged to the NHS, I presume.
If
Yeah.
you get ill, only if
So-
you. May I
Right.
now, while it's coming to my mind, Maka, I know it's a long shot, but and you probably discussed it. But any news on Des?
Yes, he's got a fracture, so it's not as serious as I thought. So the reason he can't walk is because he had a fractured bone, and they only picked it up when they transferred him to Limerick Hospital. So it's better than what was originally thought, I think.
The prognosis is better then.
Yes, correct.
And what you call it? He's in touch with him still.
Callow.
Callow,
Mickey,
yeah, Mick Callow's in touch with his
Yeah.
niece and the hospital.
Wonderful. Thanks, Maka. Cheers.
Yeah. I think Mick just says that Mick just says that he's his son, so the hospital talks to him,
Yeah. Well, he is like a son to him, really, I think.
Well, he is, yeah.
Yeah. He's like a brother to Miss Bacon. He's like a brother to Miss Bacon and a son to Desi. Fair play I remember them. They were very close.
Yeah. Mm.
And any news on Miss Munson, Dave?
Yeah, I spoke to him the other week. No, well, I spoke to him just New Year's Day, I think, were last time. But I spoke to Alan because we've just booked our hotel for the pensioners due in Southampton.
Well done.
When is that again, Dave?
17th of May, I think it is. We're going slightly different this year. We're going to go down on the Wednesday. And we're booked into the Star. We've got a reasonable price there, actually, for 3 nights. And then we'll probably on the Thursday perhaps go to the Isle of Wight or whatever. And then Friday, obviously, the do. And then we'll come back on the Saturday, whereas normally we'd stay Saturday and come back Sunday. But Alan wanted to do it the other way around. So I presume Alan's told Munson because I've just booked it.
Has Dukesy sent out the information, Dave?
No, next month, I think, Pete. I think it's February. He said he was going to send it out.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Funnily enough, Dave, I just looked at that video, the showdown at the Juniper Berry. You were in it. Every other photograph is you. We were playing pool.
Yeah, with Paul and
the background music is Johnny Cash song.
yeah, Paul Houghton's there, and there's loads of people.
Yeah, it's great because you spot the eeks.
I think Leggy's in it.
Clock the eek.
Clock the eeks. Yeah, they're all over the place. You look in the back of a photograph and you see an eek.
I think Leggy's in it. That might be the one when we went for the 175th anniversary thing
It
with
is,
all the
yeah.
shit.
Well, that's part 2 of that because part
Do you
1
ever hear from Leggy, Dave? You ever hear from Leggy?
Only if I phone him up. I haven't spoke to him for quite some time. He was all right last time I spoke to him. In fact, he was going on a cruise. He went on a cruise somewhere. I can't remember where he went.
He lives in Kent.
Was he on the gang or
Yeah.
was he in the bars?
Yeah,
Well, when we went on the Oriana for that lunch, he went down the crew bar, didn't he?
Yeah.
He didn't have lunch. He went down the crew bar.
Did you see my picture of him in 1974 with me and him in, I'm pretty sure it was Turkey because that's what it says on the photograph, Turkey 74. So it was definitely a Medi cruise. Photograph of me and Leggy and another guy who I can't remember his name. But we were ashore eating a bloody big baguette or something.
Yeah.
Did you see? I put it up this week.
Yeah, and there was another one of the football team as well. There's the pictures of all the boys. I think was it Hogan in it and
Hogan and sexy Fred,
yes.
Red, and and didn't I look smart in my football kit?
Yeah.
Did you see me in all my white? I only played because I wanted to put the polo shirt on the Canberra white. So I had all my kit on. All the others, we was in Fort Lauderdale, and all the others had chucked their shirt off and were just sat there sweating. But I had to leave. I had to look all smart. That was great fun. That was my international debut.
Yeah. Well, you did do a Caribbean season, didn't you? You did do.
I done one Caribbean. I only played 2 games at sea because I don't know.
I got a photo with you,
Right.
you in it.
And I done that one in Fort Lauderdale, which I must have got on then. I got on that one, but I'd only just joined at sea, so I wasn't totally. I wasn't getting shit faced every day then. But when I went to the Caribbean, I played in San Juan. We played the Kiwi 2, is it? I think, yeah, the Kiwi 2.
No, it was Cunard Countess.
Cunard Countess, thanks. And I was only on for about 10 minutes, and they chucked me off. I sat in the stand, and that's what the photograph I remember because my eek, because they called me Chopper Rogers after that.
Rogers.
Because I think I must have been. They must have said, "Get him off! He's gonna fucking break someone's leg or something," you know. So they got me off, and I'm sat in the stand fuming.
Thinks he's playing fucking rugby.
Yeah. So that was my two international, my international debut in Miami.
But no, sporting question though for Fruity of around the world, where, and this is a genuine question, obviously, where was your favourite golf course that you played on?
Wangaratta, wasn't it?
Outside of the UK.
Well, yeah. I mean, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Pago.
Say the UK, but
Yeah, we used to go to Pago. Yeah, Pago. Play golf there.
Pacific Harbour.
Pacific Harbour.
Yeah, I think I played Pacific Harbour. And funny enough, if it was, did you see recently that Richard Fenelon, Captain Fenelon, passed away?
Oh yeah.
Well, we went on a golf trip, and I think that might have been Pacific Harbour. The Aggie organised, and we had a minibus. We had a minibus, and there was about 8 or 10 or 9 of us on it. And there was Logie Buchan, who was the chief engineer, and Richard Fenelon was the first officer, I think. And all the way down, Richard Fenelon kept saying, "How much is this going to cost?" And Aggie, who was sat up front, the driver, just turned around and said, "Listen, my dear, one is on vacation, one doesn't worry about the money." I always remember that.
Is that the same Aggie that would be in dry dock in a boiler suit going off to get into a limousine?
Probably.
Yeah. I played Maui. Golf in Maui, Hawaii.
Yeah, we played there once. I can't remember the name of the course.
Yeah.
To play Moore Park in Sydney on a term round.
Yeah. I have a story about Maui. We started the game, and there was these people in front of us, and they were really slow. So we're thinking, can we play for you guys, or what? Can get a move on, will you? So we moved up to the tee, and they're still fapping around. And we said, "Do you think you could play through you, or what?" And this guy turned around and said, "Do you know who I am?" No. "Did you know who I am?" He said, "No." "Well, fucking move on." It was John Denver.
No.
Oh gosh.
So he's not a very quick
good singer,
golfer.
but a shit of a player, right?
Yeah. We used to play in Suva, Latoka, Pangapango, Vila.
Sentosa Island. That was a good course as well. Singapore.
No, never played there.
Right there.
We played once in, what's that American base?
Guam.
Guam, I think it was we played. I think it was Polly, Bob, Voles, me and Bonbon, I think. Where else did we used to play? We played once in British Samoa.
Apia.
Yeah.
Once in Honolulu. I'm trying to think where else we played. New Zealand. I can't remember the name of the course. Somewhere near Auckland.
So too many good courses for you to pick one out then, Dave.
Yeah. I can't. To be honest, it's so long ago. We played 2 actually. two different ones. One.
Look, Johnny's just saying about putting the traffic lights up. But the thing is, it was quite a nice question to ask Fruity, but we didn't realise that it was such a hard question to answer at the time.
We only wanted one course, David.
But we've managed to get every course around the world mentioned. So
Well, we haven't got the Spanish and Portuguese ones in yet.
All the Mexican ones.
I never played in Mexico, dear.
All right. I've got a story in Acapulco. We used to play quite regularly there because we were Mexican cruising. What was it? The IP, and there's a 9-hole course there. And myself, Dave Howe, and Dickie Rutter, the person, and there was someone else who I can't remember. And we came to about the 6th hole, and there's a big water trap there. And two of us got over there, but I hit my ball in the water. So we've all got buggies with Mexican caddies and that. And I drove the buggy up to the side of the water, and just about saw it. It hadn't gone in the lake, but it had just plugged itself on the bank. So I jumped out the buggy, took the old wedge, and sort of played a shot. And I was really pleased that I got it out. I wanted to turn around and see the buggy slipping into the lake.
Oh no!
It was amazing. Everyone's sort of screaming, waving their hands. I'm thinking, oh, they complimented me on my shot.
You talk
what
about
happened? The buggy went in, and whatever the lake was full of, all sorts of shit. The two caddies went in there in the lake and got a rope on it. They got another buggy to come up behind, and they managed to pull it out. And all sorts of fish and all sorts of rubbish was in it. And I had to give the guys a couple of $100 because it was. We all thought it was ruined, but when we met there two weeks later, it was still hanging up in the gold shed. So they obviously got it going again. But it was that good that Dave Hale's son Tommy mentioned the story at his funeral. It was it was a funny day on the golf course.
You talk about buggies in Acapulco.
Yeah,
That was where I understand Eggy ran someone over and broke his legs.
all right.
Right, no, boys. Look, we better put the traffic lights on. I know Colonel's just sent me through a timeline. Who's what time where, and this was for us. It was 9:59 a.m. and for Sydney it was 8:59 p.m. and for Johnny it's 1:59 a.m. So it's not two. It's just after 2 o'clock. Johnny, what's the problem? You know, in the morning.
I can go, Dave, and you can just keep on. Yeah,
No, it's fine.
It's all good.
Honestly,
Okay.
no, we appreciate you for putting us up for this time of the morning. We didn't wake Cindy up, but
Just hope you're all up for the big game later.
oh yeah, up for the game. Yeah, up for the game. There's lots of games coming
Yeah,
on.
my word.
Definitely.
Yeah,
All
but the
right,
big
look,
boys
boys,
on
guys.
And they
Well,
got to it.
Newcastle v Bromley, Steve.
Yeah. Hopefully be Manchester United.
No, that's not proper cup time.
See you guys.
Take care.
Good to see you, Mac. Say hi to Dave.
Take care. Bye-bye.